I'm gonna hit it.
I believe we're on. Yes, we're rolling. 4 seconds in already.
Already.
I was wondering, Blair. First of all, how you doing today?
I'm doing fine, Lauren. How are you doing?
I'm doing real good. I was
It's
wondering.
a lovely day out there.
It is. It's so cool, gray. Who is the mother of invention?
Well, I thought her name was Necessity.
Okay, I couldn't remember that part of it. I really couldn't. I knew there's a mother of invention, but who the heck is that?
Yeah.
So it's Ms. Necessity.
Oh, she was a goddess in antiquity, very hard-edged, and she drove her devotees to great acts of inventiveness.
Oh, cool. I've got an inventor in my family. I have two inventors.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yep. I asked my dad, I said one time, because my grandparents had all passed before I was born. So I said, well, what about your father and his father? And so what my father said to me, he said, well, he says, your grandfather was hung as a horse thief. But your great-grandfather, and your grandfather invented the S-hook.
Really?
I looked for a patent, because S-hooks are everywhere. I know. We would be fabulously wealthy.
I have several. I have a box at home. It's got S-hooks and hooks of S's of all kinds.
Yeah, different sizes.
And your great-grandfather or grandfather?
Yeah, one of them. One of them. The one that wasn't hung as a horse thief.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Yeah. And then I had my uncle. My uncle Tadeusz, or Thaddeus, in Tadeusz is Polish. It's got a lot of extra S's and Z's in it. He invented a portable megaphone called the loudmouth. And I couldn't find the patent on that either. But I saw it. I held it in my hands. It was probably weighed about this big, that big, weighed about 9 pounds. And for a handle on the bottom, he unscrewed a handle from the kitchen cupboard and put that right on the bottom. So it was a little unwieldy because you were holding on with this little chrome handle.
Okay. And it was 9 pounds. That would be difficult, but it must have expelled sound.
Oh, it
marvelously.
did. It did. And just think, if we were in control of the patent on that, they use this all the time. Kid, back away from the candy. Keep your hands in plain sight. Things like that. That's going to be loud on that old video.
Yeah. Yeah, but this means that if you could get the S-hook fortune and the loudmouth fortune, you wouldn't need to be a pretty boy for Edie.
I know. I'm a kept man right now.
I know, but
I know. I could strike out on my own.
You could.
Hey,
but I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
Jack. No, I wouldn't. I didn't mean that. I meant, I meant maybe I could start my own business, with the S-hook money.
No.
I didn't mean I was going
to.
If ever I would leave you, it wouldn't be in autumn.
Oh my goodness, is that Robert Goulet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Sounded just like him too.
Sounded good. You should try that.
Yeah, we will someday.
Yeah. Well, you sometimes accuse me of trying to one-up you when you say you have a story and I have a better story.
Yeah, well, it's mostly the movies that I have never seen. But have you got any inventors in your family?
Well, I don't know how much time we have.
We have as much time as the people will put up with.
But my father was a great inventor. He was a self-made man, dropped out of high school, went to war, fought on Okinawa with the Marines, survived, and came back and started a business with his brothers in Chicago Heights, Illinois.
Oh, okay.
On Route 30, the same Route 30 we have here in Pennsylvania. Follow that on out, and you can hit my father's store. It's still standing.
Wow. Where's Route 20 go?
Oh, I don't know.
That goes all the way to Oregon.
20 goes to Oregon.
Oh, but a little more north. Okay. Go ahead.
Well, anyway, he had us a multi-purpose store, liquor stores, a counter for hamburgers, a grocery store, pharmaceuticals, but he also
Wow.
had ideas.
Yeah, good. An idea man.
He was an idea man.
Kind of like me.
He liked his business model was very successful. He used to buy high and sell low. And
Wait a minute. How is that a successful business model?
Well, I asked him. I said, Dad, how can we make any money buying high and selling low? And he said, volume. So that's how he made a success of his business.
He probably said volume, my son.
So he did invent something, and here it is. I will show it the folks. Now, gaze upon this in wonderment. You see what this is?
That's a real item.
It's called the wrist watcher. And what it is, it's like a ladies' compact. In fact, the prototype was a ladies' compact, stuck to a strap. And with it,
oh, there's a mirror in there.
There's a mirror inside. You wear it on your wrist.
Uh-huh. While bicycling?
While bicycling.
While bicycling.
And it's got a $10,000. It costs $10,000 for this plastic jet business here.
I mean, getting it going.
Yeah, getting this ball and socket joint to work took hundreds of hours of experimentation and readjustment. So there it is. And he
is that now
okay.
Is there any documentation for this?
Well, thanks to the miracle of the computer, we have the original patent. You can see how the wrist watcher is attached to the bicycle handlebars.
Yeah, I do.
See that?
Yeah.
I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but here's the first drawings. It kind of looks like
isn't that something?
It kind of looks like a toilet seat, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
Well, too bad he didn't invent that.
Well, you know, this is true. This is true. In 1640, a Polish scientist invented the toilet seat. And it wasn't until the 18th century that a German improved the design by cutting a hole in it.
I don't.
So,
I'm offended.
well, me too. I'm part Polish.
Okay, good.
And I'm German, so I have both sides of that joke.
Yeah, I know, but you're the smart one. Cut the hole in the toilet seat.
Well, first, well, anyway.
Now, is that a real patent? Whose name is on there?
That's,
is there
CR Enterprises, Carl Rebecca.
Oh, that is your dad's name.
It's amazing
Wow.
that this exists.
Yeah, I know.
And here's the fine print. If you want to see how much money we're going to get when the contract's signed, there it is.
Oh boy, the money will be rolling in.
Rolling in. Well, you put this on YouTube, and how much money did we make? eBay.
Yeah, put it on eBay.
Yeah.
Yep, tried to sell this prototype on eBay, and I tried to get $2 for it, and they turned me down. The people.
Yeah.
They don't want it.
Well, $2 is kind of pressing its value, so we might have to go down.
Not when it costs $10,000 to make the hinge.
Well, it costs. There are now hundreds and hundreds of mirrors in my cousin's basement.
Really?
Yeah, my father stored the extra mirrors down there that never got assembled. Once he found he couldn't sell it to anybody, he gave up the project. But I do have others in my family. I mean, I have a very inventive family.
All right, let's hear some.
Well, there was Uncle Louis. Uncle Louis's idea was to borrow money from my father and make a serum that you would inject into bananas and fruit and vegetables, and they would never rot ever.
Never.
They would never rot. They would be permanent. Now, I never asked Uncle Louis if you could eat them.
Yeah.
After they were made impervious to time.
Yes, I would wonder that myself.
But he was working. That was his project. And then there was Uncle Primo.
Uncle Primo?
Uncle Primo. He must have been the firstborn.
Do you have an Aunt Secunda?
Yeah, yes. Uncle Googleplex.
Okay.
So Uncle Primo's idea was he had two, and he actually got patents. One was a nose hair clipper with a little circle that was made so that you could spin it around. Blades inside would go up your nose, and safely you could cut the hair out of your nose.
Wow, did he have a patent for that?
He had a patent for that. And the second patent was a little ring that you screwed into a bar of soap. And then you would wear the ring over your finger, and then you could wash yourself without losing the bar of soap. The problem is I tried it and it would break the soap in half.
Oh,
So you ended up with 2 slippery bars of soap instead of 1.
yeah.
So you'd have to have rings all over your fingers to make that work.
It's a clever idea, though. It's probably a forerunner of soap on a rope.
Yeah, it was very, very clever. It worked. It worked on that same principle of buy high, sell low, go
Yeah.
for volume, and that's what made our family extremely rich and famous as we are today.
Yes, rich in inventiveness.
Inventiveness and well, you know, all that has to happen, as far as I'm concerned, is the paradigm has to shift a little bit.
We're waiting.
Well, the idea is that you need to have merit in order to be in the meritocracy. You got to have merit to be part of the ocracy. So, if people like my dad and me and my family, we don't have the right kind of merit, we have to wait for the paradigm to shift. And then when that does, this kind of inventiveness will be rewarded.
So once you get merit of the right type, then you become part of the meritocracy.
Yes.
Okay.
You rule because you're meritorious.
What does Pluto become part of?
Pluto. You mean the god Pluto or the semi-planet Pluto?
No, I was thinking about Walt Disney's Pluto. That'd be part of the plutocracy, wouldn't it?
Yeah, plutocracy.
I don't even know what that means. I better just cut that out in case it was something bad.
Well, I always got confused with Walt Disney because there were 2 dogs. He had 2 dogs. Pluto was one of them. And who was the other one?
Who was the other dog? And it was a darker dog.
Well, there was the tramp. Baby tramp.
No, then the
It was a
regular
big, tall, Goofy.
Goofy.
There was Goofy and there was
Pluto.
And I could never get them square in my mind as a kid. But I digress. We're talking about the
Yeah.
meritocracy.
Yeah, and I think we've covered it pretty well.
Yeah, I just you know, right now I'm feeling that failure is an option, but I'd like to be boosted. I mean, if these things ever caught the attention of the people, we would be bringing jobs back to America.
We would.
We'd
We
be
would.
making America great again.
Yes, we would. Hey, do you think our fans might be able to help us with that? Maybe by telling their friends about the wristwatcher and how it's used and where you can get one?
And if you buy it now, we'll send you a second one free, but you'll have to pay special handling.
Separate
Separate
shipping.
handling.
Yeah.
And we don't even have to bother telling them the price, because they'll just send in a blank check.
Yeah.
We can fill it in.
That would be fine.
That'd be fine.
Yeah. Don't send cash in large volumes, though, because we have a lot of trouble at the bank. You know, if you take them 10, 15 grand, they want to know where it came from. That's what I had heard.
Well, it's not like the old days.
No.
When we used to
No.
walk in there with big bundles of cash.
Yes.
And they would just put it in
Yeah.
a bag and put it in the drawer. So
All
things are
right.
different.
What do you think, Edie?
It's time for you to go home, Blair.
Well, thank you, Edie. Thank you for enjoying us.
Thank you, Blair. We'll try this again another day. That was
Here, do you